Hello, my name is Tim Anderson, the founder of Anderson Rescue Solutions, and we're here today to introduce the new patented ARS multi-loop rescue strap. It's a tool with a lot of applications for firefighting, technical rescue, tactical use, and I'm excited to share those with you today. What we're going to do is go through a detailed look at the tool itself, then we'll transition into the uses and some of the basic drags and carries you can do with it to remove victims. The multi-loop rescue strap is constructed of 1-inch tubular webbing, one continuous piece. Its total length is approximately 7 feet. And in that 7 feet, you have 11 individual sewn loops. These loops are triple bar tacked at every point. In the end, our two end loops have 11 millimeter static kern mantle rope inside of them. This does a couple things for us. One, it makes the loops rigid, so they're easy to feel and get a gloved hand in. Two, it helps us to identify where we are. If we have low light, low dexterity, stressful situations, I can easily orient myself on the tool itself. As we go down, each loop is about 8 inches apart. We work towards the middle where we have a anchor ring permanently attached to the strap. It's rated at 32 kilonewtons, roughly 7,200 pounds. It's very strong, it's not going anywhere. And this ring does two things for us. One, it's a center point for orientation. So I know at any given time, at about shoulders width apart, I'm either hitting the end or the middle. So if I drop this in a high stress environment and need to reorient myself, I can find my way. Secondly, it has a couple different rigging options for us, which we'll get into as we go forward in the video. We've done a lot of strength testing with the tool. I'll hit a couple of the highlights for you. It's very strong. The first is a typical basket hitch, just wrapped around an object, and it was over 12,000 pounds in this configuration. And a choker, which is one of the ways we're going to use a lot today, we hit 4,800 pounds. And the one I get asked about the most is how strong are these individual loops in this system. If I clip a carabiner on here in a system and pull on this loop, how much strength am I getting? And that comes out to about 1,100 pounds, which doesn't sound like a lot, but you need to remember two things. One, this is going to be for single person use. You're not going to put a ton of weight on it. And two, when you clip into one of these loops, you're clipping into the full system. Even if you were to blow one set of bar tacks, you're not going to fail the entire length of the tool. One word of caution, you do need to be careful not to clip into two loops at the same time. So if I clip around this set of bar tacks, which is actually kind of difficult to do, if I were to pull that and those bar tacks fail, this carabiner will leave the system. So never clip more than one loop at a time. But clipping one loop is fine, it's a safe practice, and it's going to keep you in the continuous system. The standard multi-loop rescue strap is yellow. There's also a tactical version, fits well into a accessory pocket. This one is sold separately, but there's the black tactical version as well, which has identical construction, but different color webbing for tactical applications. I want to talk a little bit about why. There's lots of products out there to help us in the rescue world, but why is this one different? What sets this apart? You have to look at the environment you're operating in. A lot of times rescues take place in high stress, if it's firefighting, low dexterity, low visibility environments. And we need tools that match that environment. A lot of firemen carry webbing, just usually a loop of 20-some feet of it to tie harnesses, things like that. And that works great in training, in the back of the firehouse, in low stress. But when you're in that environment, it's very difficult to use. And one of the most difficult things is if I drop this webbing, I might not find it again. And even if I do, if I can't see anything, it's difficult to orient myself. There's also other products out there on the market that advertise themselves as being really easy to use. But the problem is a lot of those, the red strap goes on the leg and the blue strap goes on the arm. If I can't see colors, that's not going to work for me. And again, that orientation piece where if everything feels the same and I drop it, I'm not able to start from scratch. So we needed a tool that was a down and dirty, get out fast piece of equipment. And that's what the multi-loop rescue strap is designed for. It's not designed to be a class 2 or 3 harness. It's never going to pass those tests. It's designed to get you out quickly and efficiently and alive. When you go into a high stress situation, especially on the fire ground, if you're looking for a downed fireman or a trapped civilian, you're often faced with that question when you get them. Okay, am I going to try to package this person at all like I've been trained, or is my body and my physiological response just going to be to grab them and go? This tool seeks to answer that question by being so easy to use and so fast that I can effectively harness the victim to expedite the move. Another advantage of the multi-loop rescue strap is its size. It's small enough to fit in the pocket of a firefighter or an additional tactical pouch for an operator. And what that does is it means that we have this unique piece of equipment with us all the time. Statistics have shown with firefighter rescues of other trapped firefighters that the majority of the rescues are done by the firemen immediately surrounding the trapped firemen or the other firefighters operating on the interior. By the time the RIT team deploys, the surrounding firefighters have already started or gotten a significant portion of the rescue complete. So by having this tool in your pocket, you're already ahead of the game for trapped firefighter rescue. At this point, we're going to transition. We're going to look at some of the drags and carries and how this thing actually harnesses a victim and give you an idea of how it's used in the field. So now we're going to start to go over some of the actual applications for the multi-loop rescue strap. One of the unique things about this product is that its applications are scalable, meaning that I have the most down and dirty version based on the stressfulness of the situation, but then if I want to, if I've got time, if I've got the visibility or the dexterity, I can add features to it to go to more complex harness systems. So we'll start by showing you the most down and dirty versions, and then we'll work our way up from there. The most basic drag that you can do with this, and maybe you'll come up with more in the future, but the most basic drag, it's useful for firefighters, for an active shooter situation, if you need to move a victim, or just rescuing a civilian victim from a fire. It's very simple. You can approach from the head or the feet, but in this case we'll approach from the head. We're going to try to find the middle, bring it kind of underneath the head of the victim. And we take each handle, just go underneath the shoulders. We're not going to grab anything, we're not going to loop anything. Pull it tight, and this is the conclusion of our first drag. It's very simple. It's going to stay put. We've done tests with it, dragging, real simple system, real fast to deploy, just an excellent basic drag. It'll work with an SCBA on a fireman or without. For demo purposes, I wanted to show you without here, but it'll work in both cases. The downside to this particular drag right here is that if I only pull one handle, I'm going to lose it. So again, this is our sort of down and dirty version. If I have the time and an extra carabiner around, I can clip two of the loops together. By doing this, I've now secured the strap. So if I drop one side of it, I've still got the package. So again, it's a basic drag just under the shoulders. If I want to add something to it to make it more complex, I can. I could also go from the front and end up in the back to lift the shoulders up. If I go across the front, underneath the shoulders here. As I do this drag, it'll kind of lift the back a little bit. And again, you can add a carabiner under the neck for more support. The next one we're going to show is a basic girth hitch. If I have a victim with no SCBA on, we're going to go from the front and wrap around the back. I'm going to come up to my victim, try to sit him up, come around the front, find my two handles. Then I'm going to pass one handle through the other. Simple girth hitch, they're now secure. So the nice thing is, because this is secured behind their back, when I stand up to haul, it kind of gives them an upward movement. So it's easy to haul with. Again, these are basic drags. We're going to transition now to a fireman with an SCBA on and show you a few more moves. We've now added an SCBA to our victim, which is the way for firefighting applications, the most often way you're going to find it. So we wanted to demonstrate that. Our first method, again, we're going to go back to that girth hitch. So I'm going to take the middle of my strap, go around the back, under each arm. Once I find that other handle, pass through and pull. And that's all we're doing. It's real simple. So this is our fastest version. If I need to go now, I clip on here and go, or drag here and go. Okay? If I have more time, the advantage of this now is that I've now got all this slack. So if I want to get rid of this slack, the multiple loops in the multi-loop rescue strap enable me to clip a carabiner down the pole and shorten my rescue package, which is ideal if I'm doing any kind of vertical lift or lower, taking a fireman out a window or off a roof. This shortens the whole package, makes it a lot easier to control. couple other considerations. People say, oh, the girth hitch, it's just going to constrict his chest. Well, sure it is. In the most high stress situation, you're going to need to just throw it on there and go. It'll work. But there are a couple other options you have because of the design of this. Option one is I can just tie a quick half hitch and I'm done. It's not going to constrict anymore, and this takes away that chest grab. Another option, if I have a spare carabiner, is I can find the appropriate loop. I'll take a carabiner, add it to one end strap, clip it to the most appropriate loop, and now I have a fixed diameter around the chest of the victim, so it's not going to get any tighter. Now I've got my excess. If I need to, I can take a rope system, add it on. I can either go to the end loop if I need to load and go, or if I've got enough dexterity to manipulate it, I can go to a lower loop here and take my firefighter out. Another option for shortening. This is going to constrict the chest, but it'll work. Instead of going loop to loop, I can pass an end loop through one of the multiple loops. That's going to make our tightest package right down on the victim. This way there's no excess. We've made a small rescue package. It's easy to move and manipulate. So I want to go over a couple of drags utilizing the SCBA harness straps of the downed firefighter. A couple very simple ones. Again, we'll start super simple and move up from there. The first is I can simply pass one handle through. Now I've just got two drag handles. So either I can pull on both handles or another firefighter can come and drag one, I can drag the other. Another option is the girth hitch. I now have a secure latch on that and a really long handle. So there's a couple options there. One firefighter can drag, or two can drag, one holding the end, one holding at the middle. There's also the possibility with firefighters who have integrated harnesses to where I can then clip this to myself if I'm wearing one of those harnesses and one of the mid-loop straps, turn around, and I can start crawling. Another option, and this one makes the first pass through a little more secure. If I just have these two passed through, if I drop one, I'm going to lose it. So if you have a spare carabiner, you can come in, grab the strap, and then integrate the center rigging ring into that carabiner. Now I have a secure drag. So if I lose one end, I've still got them and I can still pull. Another great feature, and this is an advanced technique, you're not going to be using this day to day, but another drag if you're by yourself and need to move a firefighter for a distance. If I have an integrated harness or truck belt, I can clip one end of this to me, sit down at the head of the victim, put a carabiner on his pack strap, and then I've created a 2-to-1 mechanical advantage system. This end anchors me. This is the 2-to-1, so I can sit here, drag my firefighter, readjust, and drag. People often ask me, why not put a carabiner in this center point? Why have this small rigging ring instead of a carabiner? Well, the reason is because this ring is small enough that most extra large carabiners, it'll slide easily through that carabiner. If I put a big beaner there, you're not going to have this option. But this just gives us a couple ways that we can use the firefighter's SCBA harness to our advantage when doing a removal. We'll try to convert the pack like we normally do, and this way we grab hold and it makes it a lot easier to haul them out. One additional advantage of the multi-loop rescue strap is its ability to rapidly convert it into wristlets or anklets, which is great for any type of confined space firefighter removal. If a fireman falls in the basement, something like that, or a trench rescue, confined space rescue, it's a real quick and easy grab. Very simple to do. Take an end loop and pass a bite of the rest of the strap through the end loop. We then pass that loop over the wrist or the ankle of our victim. Second one, again, pass a bite through, over the wrist, cinch down. Now, since we have this rigging ring in the center, it makes finding our midpoint really easy. So in the dark or something like that, it's easy to find. Add a rope system, then out we haul. It's a real quick system. It's actually a relatively comfortable ride if they're wearing fire gear, and it's just a great advantage of this tool. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this instructional video on the new ARS multi-loop rescue strap. We're excited to bring it to you and hope it'll make a difference in the fire rescue tactical communities. Please check out our Facebook page, Anderson Rescue Solutions, or email us at andersonrescuesolutions@gmail.com. Thank you very much for your time.